Ho ho ho! Merry Vlogmas!
So, as part of the day, I thought I'd do just a quick review of, I guess, the different types of software that I've been using to edit over this last 23 days. I kind of started with GoPro Quik on my iPad. I guess I kind of already did that because I have a GoPro, and as part of the GoPro subscription, you kind of get access to it. So um, yeah, it was kind of a good thing to start with. I mean, it's pretty good in that you can kind of create edits pretty quick. You've kind of got your access to, I guess, the stuff that's on the cloud, but also the stuff that's on your tablet or in the app. So you can kind of create stuff pretty quick. If I wanted to kind of do this, that's actually pulling stuff off the cloud at the moment. So, but what it'll do is it kind of also gives you like a suggested edit. So one of the things which I guess is kind of good if you want to do it really quickly is that it'll suggest snippets of each of those clips. And it's got some preset themes. So the other thing you've got is you've got kind of themes in here. So you've got different themes along the bottom, which is kind of like the way that it would transition, and I guess the text and so forth. You've kind of got set music as well, so you've kind of got some music that you can put across it. And so yeah, you can it will analyze the footage and kind of allow you to, I guess, kind of edit the clip. So I can kind of go into here and then start kind of doing, if you can see in here, what it'll do is it has auto highlight. So what it'll do is it'll suggest parts of the clip. So here you can see here, if I scroll along, these are the parts that it's auto suggesting to have part of as the edit. So yeah, you could just kind of really just use that, I guess, at the end of the day. Alternatively, you can switch that off and then kind of go and select your own parts that you want. For instance, you can also go in and you can change, because it's, I guess, a GoPro app. It's also, I guess, has the knowledge of how it was recorded. So you can actually, because I recorded it in linear, you can kind of set it to different lenses, you can rotate, and so forth. You can, I guess, not just that, you can also do frames. So here I can, if I had in certain recordings, you can do a horizon lock, and so you can then do filters. I can speed up, slow down, change the volume. So the volume on this is kind of pretty basic. So you've either got 100% music and 0% of the actual video, or what you've got then is 80/20 or 305. So it is quite limited in how you can change the volume. And what you can't do, what it'll also do is it'll set the volume for the entire edits or even the trimmed parts that you have. So if I kind of then put another trim in here and drag this on, put more and more edits. I can drag this way. That music setting is for all of this. So you can't say, well, it's just for this little bit here and not for the other bits. So it is quite limited in that respect. But it allows you to edit pretty quick. So I can edit pretty fast and pull things together. I can add text onto them. Add text on it pretty quick, and that kind of stuff. So it's amazing how the things that you can do, and quick. So I think for very fast editing, I think it's kind of good. But I think the limit, here we go. So I think the limit that you have really on this is being able to, kind of construct an overlay and have a bit more control over audio But I think the good thing about it is it has suggested themes and suggested music. The only other thing I find with the music as well is that if your video is, say for instance, let's say for instance your video is 10 minutes long, but the music track is only 5 minutes long, it doesn't repeat. It just it ends and that's it. There's no way to then actually get it to start again that I'm aware of. But you've got different formats as well, so it's quite good that you can change it into the same project. I can adjust and have it for Instagram versus kind of YouTube. So yeah, I think it's as a starting point, it's pretty good. I guess the other I guess the other advantage really of doing quick stuff is that because it's GoPro related, it has the media, and I use the cloud for backing up all my footage. So I don't know because I'm subscribed. I just basically push all my footage onto the cloud as a backup, so it'll always be there, even though I'm editing on different platforms. The fastest way I found to actually edit this was to connect the iPad to the camera via Wi-Fi and just copy it on into the app and do the edit. And then what I then found was that once that's done, what would actually happen with it, because it's in the app, it would then kind of auto upload to the cloud for you once it was connected to the network, to the internet. So I found that was the fastest way, because if you try and wait for the camera to upload to the cloud and you try and download from the cloud onto the iPad, it was pretty time consuming. But I mean, all told, it produces pretty good stuff. I think if I was to go away, and I wanted to do videos whilst I was away and not, do it really quick, just stitch stuff together, short videos, I think I'd probably do this. I think I'd use the iPad and go it that way, to be honest. That way you don't have to carry the laptop around, and I guess the other applications, you kind of do need a mouse and a keyboard for the shortcuts, and I guess a mouse to be able to to actually do it. But yeah, it's been pretty good. I can't. Yeah. So I guess the next, the one I've been using for the last probably about 5 or 6 days is Final Cut Pro. So I thought I'd kind of order this in. Quik Pro is probably the fastest, the lightest, but I guess the least editable piece of software. So you can, I think Final Cut Pro is the next, and it's pretty good. It's super fast to create, I think, really decent videos. So basically, the way it kind of works is you have a library, and then you can kind of within the library you have events, and then within the events you have projects. So I guess the event is just like a collection of media, but associated with with an event is timelines. And so the timeline is effectively your export of your footage. So what you can see here, what I've got, if I zoom out to fit on this, is it uses like a magnetic grid, then they call it. So what you're able to then do is just to kind of snap in the different video footage, so you can kind of pull from video footage from here and kind of onto the end of the footage. If I just show you like so, I can put it in, I can put it on the end. And then you can do edit it. The other thing you can also do is you can disassociate the audio with the video. You can then start editing the audio separately, so you can do the volumes different. You can pull in, basically, you can, because you detach the audio and the video, you can then delete the audio and then insert music, and or you can then start cutting this up. So if you've got bits where the audio is quieter and bits where it's louder, you can kind of put cuts in. And slice it into here. You can see I've kind of got a cut here, and then it allows you to kind of change the audio. Allows you to put in dissolves as well, so kind of transitions. So from transitions from one kind of subject matter to another. So you've got all these preset transitions. So I guess you have a lot more control on what you want to do within this, but it's still pretty user friendly. It's pretty easy to use. You can kind of pull together stuff pretty quick. It has preset text types. It has a lot of preset stuff that you can kind of just overlay into here, like the text and so forth. So yeah, it's pretty good. I guess the I'd say it's slower than the Quik Pro. I'd say it's faster than DaVinci Resolve. Um, I'd say, if you're going to create, medium length videos, I want to be fairly quick about it. I think it'd be really good. I think the downside is it is to cost money. So I think the subscription to this, I think it's like 300, $500 actually to purchase. So it's not a yearly subscription. But it's still pretty good. A lot of people, the vast majority of people use Final Cut Pro. It's only available because it's an Apple product. It's only available for Apple products. So basically, you need a fair bit of horsepower to run. So you kind of need something like a MacBook, I think, to be able to edit properly. I guess the limitations you have, or compared to others, is that I find the file structure a bit odd. Kind of struggling a little bit with that. I think also to take the same footage and change from one type of resolution to another. So cut and paste in the timeline and then edit it, changing to be more Instagram orientated versus something like YouTube. I think is a little bit more difficult. There probably is faster ways of doing it than I have been. But all told, it's pretty good. I think it's the vast majority of people. Maybe the price point would be a bit of a sticking point for many, but yeah, it's been pretty good. It's just it took a bit getting used to. Given that I kind of used Quik and then I went to DaVinci Resolve, then I kind of went to this. Coming to this, I kind of wanted to do things that I would do in DaVinci Resolve, and then worked out that actually this is different, and you kind of have to just do it this way rather than try and do the same things you would do in Resolve. But yeah, all told, it's been pretty good actually. It's a 90-day trial on it, so you can kind of use it for 90 days and keep play with it and to become familiar, which is really good. I guess the downsides, and I guess, is that once you export, you then have to import into YouTube, I guess, by the YouTube app, and then obviously set up all your stuff separately. One of the things I've been struggling with, and I still haven't managed to figure out completely, I got it working once, but not consistently, was just a marker, so create chapters in YouTube. I kind of like that. But yeah, no, it's been pretty good. Can't really complain. It's it's not bad. I guess then on to finally onto DaVinci Resolve. So after using Quik Pro, I kind of went to DaVinci. I think mainly because it was free, so you just download it. And yeah, I kind of quite liked it actually. I quite like the way that you can, way that it allows you to, create projects. I can then take this project and kind of duplicate it as well. So if I want to kind of copy and then paste the project, so that's kind of cool. So you can kind of copy projects, and then basically it has all the detail of it, and then you can edit it to be separate. But if I can open a project here, yeah, it's DaVinci Resolve I think it's far more technical than Final Cut Pro. So you basically I've done kind of the video on it previously about the different kind of apps within an app, really. So you've kind of got the I guess the edit app here, which is really where I probably much do most of my stuff. So you've still got the same transitions you can pull in, but to kind of insert the transitions, there's a lot more work that you have to do. So I guess within Final Cut Pro, you can just dump the transition on it. Says, do you want to create it, and it'll do the edit of the video, so you can put the transition in. Whereas if you can't put it in here, what you have to do is kind of just cut the ends off of the video to allow a transition to occur. But yeah, it's been a pretty. I quite like it. I have to say, it's pretty technical, and there's a lot of things I haven't played with. So I haven't played with I guess all the color yet. I haven't played with the audio part of it. It looks pretty cool. The fusion part where you can kind of create animation. So yeah, it's pretty. I think there's a lot to it that would take a long time to kind of master. But I think all told, I kind of like the way that it works. So I think I'll probably finish off with Final Cut Pro tonight and then tomorrow. But I might actually go back to DaVinci Resolve. I guess Final Cut Pro would be good if you're kind of doing lots of small videos and want to do them pretty quick. If you're kind of doing uh, bigger videos, but I guess kind of less frequently, I guess you might want to use, I'd say probably, DaVinci Resolve might be probably more suited for you. I guess one of the things I really liked about it was that in the export, when you kind of deliver, it's got a setting up here for YouTube, which I kind of really liked. And the thing is, I think I liked about it actually was that you can basically push it straight up to YouTube with your title. You can chapters from markers works. You can set your privacy. Yeah, and so it would create the video, but also then upload it at the same time. Whereas I guess with Final Cut Pro, you kind of had to wait for it to finish rendering the video, and then you'd have to kind of manually upload it yourself. So it's one of the things I really liked about DaVinci Resolve was that kind of integration with YouTube. And like the other thing I kind of liked about it as well was the ability to take a timeline and basically edit the timeline details to then kind of create something for Instagram versus basically kind of YouTube. It seemed a lot easier and a lot more kind of a lot more, I suppose, straightforward and kind of explainable. And also doing kind of screen grabs of pictures and stuff seemed a lot easier. I guess the other thing as well is when you upload to Instagram, you can select a thumbnail, so it kind of just uploads it, attaches the thumbnail, does everything for you. So I thought that was kind of really cool, the way that it does that. So yeah, when you want to you got the timeline settings. So in here, you can change the resolution. You see this one here, I've got the Instagram. I got it for 1080, 1920. And then obviously this time here, which was just the instant timeline was just a copy of it. And then I changed the resolution. But then you can change around, I guess, where it's kind of sat. You can kind of, if you look at this one here, you can see how instantly the resolution is different. And then you can kind of move the camera around. So you're kind of using the same edit, but kind of got a different frame, which I really liked. So I could produce an Instagram, short video or reel of exactly the same, of the original video, really fast and really quickly. So yeah, that was kind of cool. So yeah, I think all told, Final Cut Pro or DaVinci Resolve, either or. I guess it's kind of really what you're familiar with or kind of level of detail that you kind of want. But yeah, I think for me, I might go back to DaVinci Resolve, and I think really primarily it's because of that auto upload at the end. I think will kind of, I think it just makes it a lot easier. And I kind of like the technical aspects of this. I like it that you've got kind of different, the way that it's layered and the things that you can do and change. It kind of seems to me to be more logical, but probably more technical, I guess. So I guess maybe other people might want to kind of use something like Final Cut Pro because it just means there's a lot of automated parts to it. So anyway, yeah, that's it really so far. So yeah, they're the three pieces of software that I've been playing with this month.